Hello, Team Kenton. As we all get ready for the school to start, we thought it would be important to discuss synchronous learning. So today, I have with me our Chief Academic Officer, Ms. Shawna Harney. Shawna, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, Dr. Webb.
So we understand that we've had questions regarding synchronous learning over the past few weeks. Shawna, could you tell us a little bit about what a typical day would look like under synchronous learning?
So a typical day under the synchronous model, we really learned a lot in the spring, and we want synchronous instruction to be more of a real-time experience for students and staff. So there are components to the schedule where students will log in and be real-time with their teachers. The instruction will be live via technology. Having said that, though, students will not be on a screen or on their computer from the time the day begins or the class begins until the very end. Teachers may give them a task to work on, set a timer, and come back within 15-20 minutes. So every day will look different, just depending on the scope and sequence and flow of the lesson, as it would if we were in our buildings for instruction. But the whole purpose for the synchronous instructional model is to provide connections daily with students and staff, students and peers, to provide a regular check-in for their teachers, and to just really provide the best educational opportunity we can without being physically in our buildings.
So Shawna, I know we've received a few models, and some I think we believe are really good models to reference. Could you talk about a model with Team Kenton?
Yeah, so this schedule that you can see here is an example that shows what a typical schedule for the day would look like instructionally. And there's some components to it that we just want to make sure everybody is clear on. For example, if you see that math starts at 8 o'clock and runs until approximately 9 o'clock, you may see the word live, you may see direct instruction, and that's really just to help everybody, parents, students, staff, know that this is the live direct instruction time that I'm going to be teaching math to my students. What we don't want folks to be confused about is that if we see live math instruction from 8 to 9, that students will be on a computer screen from 8 to 9 o'clock every day for that duration of time. Every day will look different because just as instruction is always, the scope and sequence, the flow of the lesson will change that. So you may be on the computer for 15-20 minutes and your teacher may send you off to complete a task, set a timer, come back and check on you. But our teachers will always be live. If the student keeps their Google Meet link on, they will be live to answer a student's question and interact with their peers with whatever the task may be. So the schedule is really going to show you the course of the day. And we do want students to check in at every beginning period of their lesson to count for participation, do a check with students to make sure everything's good, and then that will break up into instruction, and it's going to look different every day, knowing that you've got the schedule and what the times are every day, when the instruction may be recorded. We know there are extenuating circumstances. Some folks will have to tune in and watch the instruction later, and so you'll be able to see what instruction is recorded and how can I access that if I need to support my student or my child with that later.
And I want to thank our team at Hinsdale for sharing that model with us. Thank you for that hard work. So you mentioned recording. So once again, if you could just tell all of Team Kenton, so if I'm a teacher, which part of the lesson am I recording?
So the part of the lesson that's important to record is just your direct instruction. When you are really hitting your target, your learner target of that standard, that's your goal or objective for instruction, that period, we know that that's going to be different every day. That direct instruction one day might be 20 minutes. The next day it might be 10, 15. That varies from day to day under normal circumstances. So that really is the key component of what we want recorded. And we know that we're going to have students who may not be able to tune in real time, and so that recording allows them to keep up with the instruction, go back and record, but also it's a wonderful opportunity for students who even maybe were able to participate real time, that now they can actually go back and have some reteaching, and teachers may be able to utilize this in a different way than then we don't have that opportunity when we're in person. So just to be clear again, for all of our teachers out there, the recording piece is really just your direct instruction. And once you start the differentiated part of your lesson and you're breaking students into groups, that part would not necessarily need to be recorded. And I know that you're going to get into a groove as you begin to just jump in and actually start doing this on Monday with students.
If I'm a parent or guardian and I'm interested in my child participating in the recordings because I have one of those extenuating circumstances, what should I do?
Just reach out to your teacher, reach out to one of your principals, assistant principals, counselors, anybody on your school team, and just make sure that you are sharing your situation and that there's an awareness at the school level. The school then will work with you on the situation so that you know how to access that, and that also that they're aware if you're not there at the beginning of the class when teachers are checking for participation and students' whereabouts, that they'll have that understanding and they know. So it's just good old-fashioned communication, letting everybody know where you're at. We're all on the same page. So synchronous learning is explained in our district guidance document, which you can find on our webpage. All of our school guidance documents also have explanations and information around how synchronous is coming to life in their school. So certainly on our websites, calling your school to speak with any of your teachers or your principals, they will be able to give you information. Certainly our office is able to help, but that district guidance document is your first go-to. It really will outline and define what we're talking about right here.
Wow, Shawna, thank you so much for adding clarity to the topic of synchronous learning here in Kenton County Schools. To our Team Kenton extended family, everybody involved in our entire team, we commit to you that we're going to do our very best and maintain a growth mindset to provide a world-class synchronous model for all of our kids and families. It's very important that we all remain patient and flexible, and we ask for your continued support as we all grow together as a team with synchronous learning. Thank you for your continued support. Remember, Team Kenton is strong, and we will get through this together.